Good day, everyone. Thanks for joining us here in the charts. It is the Crypto Flight Edition. It is your fellow compadre speaking. So if you are a long-term investor in Dogecoin, I want to give you two moving averages to keep a close eye on just in case you want to understand the direction here. I'll just do a brief explanation in terms of what to look for to know if the market is going to move higher or if Dogecoin is having a little bit of trouble here and the sellers are still here and they're going to move the market slower. We're going to explore that through two moving averages. I also want to show you guys a pattern that I do not think is a legitimate pattern, but we're going to explore it anyway. And we'll hopefully keep it short and sweet in this video here. So let's get into it, guys. Welcome back, loyal family. If you're new here, we only explore price action. Thanks for sticking around, all my loyal subscribers. Let's dive into the charts here, shall we? So today's April the 4th, 2022, and the current price of Dogecoin is going to be 14 cents, slightly negative 0.5% for the day. Okay. All right. So yes, if you are a long-term investor, by the way, hopefully you guys are doing well. Here are the lines, guys. So the daily candles only, I would focus moving forward on only the daily candles as long as Dogecoin is just kind of trapped in between these two levels. By the way, these two lines is going to be the red line is a 200 exponential moving average, and the green line is a 50 exponential moving average. Again, I would only focus on the daily candles, and as long as Dogecoin is finding support above the 50 exponential moving average, then it's likely Dogecoin will continue to kind of quietly walk up the stairs here and eventually make its way to and possibly through the red line to attempt to break itself free from this downtrend. Okay, keep in mind, guys, Dogecoin is in a downtrending market. It recently broke above the highs. But again, ever since reaching 70 cents, it has been having a lot of trouble at making higher highs and higher lows. But this could be a turning point, and you have the two moving averages to pull up on your charts to determine whether or not this is a true turnaround. Now, I get a little bit more information in terms of understanding a true turnaround. We go over this a lot on the channel if you're new. We're simply looking for the two to cross. We need that 50 to cross. The 50 is a green line. To cross above that red line, we need that red line to just kind of flatten out and then to start to curl higher. And of course, the price action must be above the two moving averages, and at the worst case scenario above the red line to truly turn things around here. But I truly think, guys, and please don't shoot the messenger, guys, but I really think that Dogecoin needs some time to form some sort of base, right? Like I know some people are saying, dude, Dogecoin's been consolidating for a year. Yes, I understand, guys, but Dogecoin has been going down for some time. So I truly think to have a sufficient amount of buyers to truly propel this market higher and turn things around, have an official turnaround, I think that the market needs to have a lengthy sideways consolidation for a minimum of 3 months. But keep in mind, these are cryptos. They don't care what Napoleon macro wants to see, guys. Even though I have a very brief understanding or experience in the markets in terms of understanding a healthy turnaround, it doesn't matter, guys. The markets will let us know what it's going to do here in the short term. But I think personally that we need to have a healthy sideways consolidation, again, for a minimum of 3 months. A well-defined range of consolidating, very boring. People starting to get uninterested, like, man, I should have never invested in Dogecoin. And then at that very moment, it rips to the upside. But we have to get that sideways consolidation, guys. If we don't get it, that's fine. It's just out of my comprehension, levels of understanding what's going on. But this little gesture that you're seeing on the screen, that's what you want to see in order to determine a true turnaround. So let's close things out here. I actually wanted to show you guys a pattern that, again, I don't think it's legitimate, and I'll explain to you why. There's two things why I do not think this pattern is legitimate. And as I'm just kind of talking, let me just go ahead and draw it out for you here. Again, we're looking at the daily candles. I think some of you already know what I'm putting on the chart right now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what you are witnessing on the screen is called an inverted head and shoulders pattern. Now, I definitely want to show you why I do not think this is a legitimate pattern because of two things. First thing, let's look at the volume. So the ideal setup for me, okay, I've seen the best inverted head and shoulders patterns play out when a high percentage of the volume takes place in the left shoulder, okay? So right now we do not have most of the volume in the left shoulder. I really like, and again, guys, I know it's kind of like I'm being picky, right? Like, dude, it's an inverted head and shoulders. We're about to break out. That's fine. If it breaks out, awesome. If it doesn't, the reason that I do not like it again is there's not the declining volume, right? You see how the volume just kind of starts increasing at the head, which, I mean, it's fine, guys. Let's let it play out. I'm gonna give you the breakout level here in a second. So that's the one thing that I want to show you that is not an ideal inverted head and shoulders pattern for me, the volume. And the second reason why it's not an ideal setup for me is because if you're looking at the screen, again, we're looking at daily candles, you actually notice how the left shoulder, see this wick right here on the left shoulder? It actually wicks lower than the head. So like that automatically kind of does not, in my book, again, my book, guys, not your book, okay? If it breaks out and it works for you, that is fantastic. But for Napoleon Macro's book, it does not meet the requirements because this left shoulder has wicked lower than the head. So I personally would have to scratch it out. But if those of you out here like, dude, just give me the price target, man. It's going to break out right now. I'll just give that to you right now. All right. And by the way, we are invested in Dogecoin. So if it sounds like I'm bearish on Dogecoin, I'm definitely not bearish on Dogecoin, guys. We're short-term swinging this market. So just in case it is a legitimate head and shoulders pattern, which I do not think it is. If it is, great. I got it wrong. Okay. All right. So it's 1816. That is the price target, the technical price target for this Dogecoin inverted head and shoulders pattern. And the breakout level is going to be, it's always the neckline. If you're new to like patterns, you always want to just kind of find, if it's a bullish pattern, you always want to find the resistance level. So in this case, this ascending line here, it's the resistance level. You just think of it as a line that, you know, the buyers are just continuing to like kind of, you know, they're knocking on the door, right? That's a resistance level, knocking on that door again. And here they are reapproaching this line. So when they can finally successfully break above it, it's going to kind of act as some sort of explosion and at least meet or exceed its technical target, which in this case is about 1816. Okay, so from the current level up to that price target is going to be approximately 23% to the upside. All right. So that's what I want to show you guys. So again, this video is not saying it's a legitimate pattern, but I think if it is a legitimate pattern, we may need to stay like kind of hovering near this level for about 24 up to 72 hours. And if it maintains support near like the 1455 level, it will need to make a choice and have a very vicious breakout to the upside in a short period of time if it's a legitimate pattern. Okay, so because time is of the essence, it can't just kind of hang out here and then just kind of, you know, kind of die off. No. That means that the pattern, seriously, guys, it's null and void. Okay. So hopefully that information is good and you all stuck around to the end. Thank you for doing that, by the way. And if you don't mind doing me a huge favor before you go, by simply leaving an appropriate thumb. That's the end of the video, guys. Below the video if you enjoyed the content, and leave a comment so that the YouTube algorithm can promote the video. If you guys are new, we also explored the traditional stocks throughout the week. You can kindly join us here on this interesting journey, and we'll send that out to you momentarily. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you all for your time. Remember to always have a strategy before you enter the market. Keep that positive energy flowing. We'll talk soon, and bye for now, guys and gals.